The following program is rated D for dumb.
So much I can smell my own breath. My baby left me, my best friend's not at home. Can't get that woman off my mind. I've never been the brooding kind, but there's still one thing makes me come alive. Yeah.
The following podcast is rated D for dumb. You're listening to Dumbing It Down with Dave, the fastest podcast on earth. Listen to Dave commute to and from work on the New York State Thruway in his 2008 Kia Rio LX. He talks about pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all. Join Dave as he asks and tells you how life ought to be. And now, here's Dave.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Dave Canyon. Are you ready to dumb it down? All right, that's fantastic. Join me in my drive to work as I commute to work, and that's how we roll. Get it? In this Dumbing It Down with Dave podcast, episode, I think, 179 now. 171. In other words, for those of you that, might have difficulties with certain parts of American speech, that is 179. 179 also as well. That is this is a podcast I do on my way to and from work. Today is Wednesday. Sometimes I commute on Tuesdays when I work 5 days a week, but I did not work yesterday for overtime, so I'm going in today regular time, and I'll only do 4 days this week. And when I say only, believe me, it's not only. It's only 4 in a row at night, 14 to 16 hour days, even without the commute. They're still very long days. I might get lucky. I might get a short day. I might get a 13 or 14 hour day, but that's kind of rare. And I did not go in to work because, one, I just needed a break. Every so often I got to take a break. I took a break a couple of weeks ago, but I know I needed a break this week. And that's what happens. Once I take a break, then it's easy to take breaks. But I went pretty strong there for a while. I don't know, 6, 8, 10 weeks in a row. I just did 5 days in a row. And that's really takes its toll on me now at the age of 56, as opposed to 7 years ago when I started this job at the age of 49. Everything is harder now. And also, we had a snowstorm. We had snowstorm Ezekiel. And by the way, you might hear some bottles rattling in the back. I have some recycling that I got to do this week, and I brought it with me instead of leaving it home for my wife. So anyway, I did not go in because of the snowstorm, which happened in large part Monday. Did it happen Sunday? It might have happened part of Sunday and Monday, yeah, and then it tapered off Tuesday morning. I know because I drove my wife into work Tuesday morning. So it was still kind of snowing, but it was clearing up and it was pretty much over. And we got about, I don't know, in the Hudson Valley, 6 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches, a foot. I'm not really sure. All I know is that it was definitely snowblower weather, snow thrower, snow blower. And I took it out, started to go, and I don't know how much into it I went. I broke it, which is something I do quite often, break my snowblower. Last year, I don't know, it's been a couple of years. Maybe I don't do it as often as I think, but I feel really, bad about it because I did not treat it right, which is the way I treat many mechanical things in my life. I don't treat it right because, I don't know. I guess you know what it is? It's not that I don't have respect for mechanical equipment. I kind of got this whole James T. Kirk thing in my head. Like, when Scotty says, "Captain, you can't do it." And he does it anyway. And he gets away with it every time. Anybody ever realize that? Like, there's never been a time where, I guess, Scotty, I don't remember. I'm not a big Trekkie. And this is probably one of the rare times that we go Trekkie on the show. But I watched it. I wouldn't consider myself a Trekkie, but I did watch it. The originals. I didn't really watch the rest of the seasons. I watched the originals. Some of the newer stuff, but I don't know nothing really about any of it. But anyway, But that's always the way it would be. Scotty would say, Captain, she can't handle it. I can't do it. And then he would do it anyway. He'd just push the button and go into hyperspace or whatever it was. And the Enterprise would be no worse for the wear. Be like, all right, well, there we go. See, Scotty, you overreacted. I knew we could do it. Same thing with the McCoy guy. When he goes, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Kirk would do whatever he wanted to do. And he'd always get away with it. So I pushed my mechanical equipment too far. And then I very rarely get away with it. So, and the problem this time was I was throwing rocks because I got tired of my driveway being a potholed driveway. So I had Jack, my buddy Jack, come in and lay down a whole bunch of rock, and he crowned it. He crowned the driveway, and then when I got to that spot, I started throwing rock. So looking back now, what I should have done is I should have snowblowed the left side of the crown and the right side of the crown. So at least you could have driven out, and then in the middle of the driveway, it would have been still had some snow. I could have shoveled it in the morning. But I didn't do that because I'm not very smart when I'm sleep deprived and brain degraded, and I make bad decisions. Why do I share that with you? To let you know it's okay to make a bad decision. You're not the only one. I feel like I'm the only one. Believe me, when that snowblower stopped working and I'm out there, and I know the whole neighborhood could hear, and because they heard the rocks going through the, whatever that thing is called, the shaft of the snowblower, and then everything got quiet, they probably all went, oh, Dave broke a snowblower again. And then you could tell when you walk by, you see that there's plenty of snow left in the driveway. Anyway, they're coming to pick it up on Friday. I got to pay for a service to come pick it up. It's only $46 to pick it up. I'm going to pay for the service. There's a service, so that's $150 some odd dollars. And somebody told me once that's way too much money. But they're going to do the whole thing. They're going to go through the whole snowblower top to bottom. And then they're going to fix the problem, hopefully. Whatever the problem is, they'll fix it. And parts and labor are included in that service. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a couple $100. It'll be $300, $400. Doesn't matter. I need it. I need the snowblower because it's too early. It's December. It's way too early to be snowblowerless. And then I'm going to have to figure out a plan next time it snows. Next time it snows, I got to figure out a plan. Go to the left, go to the right. Don't go down the middle. Go down, shovel it. And I can't be breaking my snowblower every snowstorm. But that was a big one. That was definitely one of the biggest ones we've had in a while. Not the biggest one ever, but it was a big one. And but everything else went okay. But it destroyed me spiritually, which is a big problem for me. I was like, oh boy, now I feel really bad. I feel dumb. I feel, whatever. And I'm glad I took the extra day off. I watched some TV, a lot of TV, which is my default, low spirit, low energy, low enthusiasm mode. I go watch TV. I watched a whole bunch of good stuff on Netflix that I enjoyed. And what did I watch that was kind of a masculine movie that I watched without my wife? I can't remember now. I watched it on Netflix. Oh, War Machine with Brad Pitt. Yeah, that's the second war-type movie with Brad Pitt I watched. He made a movie called Fury a couple of years ago. I like that. I do like war movies. I do like these masculine, movies. We used to have, like, car chase movies. They don't make those anymore, with... like Ron Howard made Eat My Dust years ago. What was that? Steve McQueen with Bullet. Roy Scheider made the 7-Ups. So I like rough, Clint Eastwood, all those Clint Eastwood movies. Dirty Harry. I don't think, do we have that anymore? Does anybody really going out there and doing tough guy movies? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I just don't, I can't pin down a name of somebody. It's not any of the Wilson brothers. It's not any of the Baldwin brothers. It's not Lawrence Fishburne. It's not Keanu Reeves. It's not Phoenix River, whatever his name is. I don't think of anybody. It's not George Clooney. Who's making tough guy movies? Like Dirty Harry. Like Steve McQueen. Like Roy Scheider in the 7-Ups when he was a cop, a New York City cop. Who's making New York City cop movies anymore? Nobody. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, Jason Bourne. Well, I think that kind of ran its course, right? We're not doing that anymore, are we? Tom Cruise. You know what? I haven't watched a Mission Impossible movie since the first one. And I thought the first one was absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if you guys like those Mission Impossible movies. But, and plus that whole Scientology thing. I'm not sure what to make of him. Although I am a big Tom Cruise fan. Racing movies, Days of Thunder, things like that. Six Pack with Kenny Rogers. Cannonball Run, Burt Reynolds. Yeah, remember Burt Reynolds? No more. Jan Michael Vincent, White Line Fever. Jan Michael Vincent ruined his whole life. I just watched Hard Country with, I don't know why I'm doing all this with you, but I'm just letting you in on what I do when I'm not doing nothing. I watched Hard Country with Jan Michael Vincent and Kim Basinger. That was a pretty bad movie. Pretty stupid. But if that's the way life is down in Texas, God bless him. I can't imagine. But it was kind of like a Texas Saturday Night Fever. That was their thing. Drinking, fighting, talking rednecky and having no hope in life to get out of their town. So that was Hard Country. Anyway, but I did watch War Machine, which was kind of dark, kind of comedic, and not too much war in it, but it was interesting. It was different. So if you're looking for an interesting, different type of war movie, Kelly's Heroes. That's my favorite. Kelly's Heroes. So, all right. So there you go. That's my little TV thing. That's my icebreaker. That's my getting back into Dumbing It Down with Dave as I get started here on the New York State Thruway on December 4th. It is 6:07 p.m. I should have left for work 2 hours and 7 minutes ago, but I didn't. I woke up at about 3:40 when I started getting everything together, and I didn't leave until about 5:55. I was in the caravan. So I woke up, and it took me a little bit over 2 hours cleaning up, getting food ready, getting things ready for work. And as boring as that might sound to you, but that's things that I don't take into consideration. I could have had all of this done this morning, last night, yesterday. I could have had so much of this done. And I could have slept a little bit longer. When I woke up at 3:40, I could have taken a melatonin and went down for like another hour and a half, 2 hours. I'd rather be sleeping another couple hours than go to work at 6 with 3 or 4 hours of sleep behind me. I mean, I slept, last night, and then I'm up during the day. Then I sleep again in the afternoon before I go to work. So anyway, it's just dumbing it down with Dave. Dave doesn't learn. I don't seem to learn my lesson. I don't seem to make changes. I don't seem to have that discipline and that drive anymore, or if I ever had it at all. I don't want to be all melancholy this show. We'll do some listeners' comments, and we'll move on. But for those of you who are tuning into Dave's Fit Life, my YouTube channel, I gave an official announcement on that because I like to do one every month. Even though Dave's Fit Life is not about weight loss, it's about getting fit, fitting things into my life, and living in the caravan. And trying to make getting out of phase one, which is exchanging 2 hours of exercise for 2 hours of commuting, because I don't commute anymore. I stay in the van up at work. I park in the Walmart parking lot. I park at the Planet Fitness parking lot. I haven't parked anywhere else, have I? One time I parked on the New York State Thruway because I was going home. I thought I was going home, and then I realized I didn't have to. So I was at the rest area. I just pulled over and I parked. It was very quiet. I liked parking there. It was good. Not a lot of activity. But so anyway, I'm still in phase one. So I made an announcement. I weigh 298 pounds. I've actually gained 7 pounds in the last month and a half. I've actually gained weight. So I'm not treadmilling enough. I'm not working out. I'm not raising my heart rate enough. I'm not sweating enough. And I'm not working out with weights enough. But the good news is, and I think I might have talked about it here. I don't remember. I get confused between the YouTube channel and the podcast. Is that I might have talked about how I fell into this whole kettlebell thing at Planet Fitness. And my buddy Mark reminded me that, you were kind of open-minded to it at the time. Yeah, I was, but there was a moment where I was very disappointed. I was like, wait a minute, I have this piece of paper here. This is the piece of paper that I used to use to work out 7 years ago. What happened? I don't see the clipboards at Planet Fitness. I don't see these pieces of paper. And the guy said, we got rid of it. We don't do that anymore. I said, why would you get rid of it? That was the cornerstone of Planet Fitness. You come in, you grab your clipboard, a clipboard, and you look at the files, you grab your piece of paper, and you go do your workout. And he says, we had problems. People were looking at other people's stuff. Like, it was a whole wah-wah snowflake thing. And I don't like using the term snowflake, but anyway, it was a bunch of wah-wah stuff. I went, really? So, of course, once again, a few bad apples. That's the story of my life, apparently. A few bad apples ruin it for everybody. So now I can't do the workout I want. So I agreed to the kettlebell thing. And I didn't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like any of it. Although I do understand that it's probably a better workout than working out with the machines. But I don't care at this point. Because I'm not going to work out at all. If you leave me to kettlebells, I'm not going to work out. I have nothing against the actual kettlebell. It's the need that you have to have perfect motion. Like, you have to really know what you're doing. Like, if I do this on my own, I have to know what I'm doing. And you know what? I don't have the brain power anymore to know what I'm doing. Does that make sense to you? I can't have a variable. I need to be able to sit down at the machine, put the pin in this weight, because I have it written down, 185, right? Let's just say, for instance, 185. I need to set the bench at 5. I need to set the thing at 3, whatever it is. And then I need to do 3 sets of 11, 3 sets of 12, 4 sets of 6, whatever. I know I got to go to fatigue, whatever it is. You know, on the last set of how many reps, you want to feel some fatigue in your muscles. That's all I need to know. Whether it's the bench, the military, the curls, the anything, the thighs, the calves, whatever workout I'm doing, I need to know these are the these are the settings. These are the settings. And that's it. I can't be walking around going, what did I do last time with the kettlebell? Is this how I do it? Do I bend? Am I squatting properly? Am I lifting properly? Because I know what's going to happen, folks. I'm going to forget. And I'm going to, I'll take some time off or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Even if I do it regularly. I'm just going to forget how to do something. I'm going to develop a bad habit. And I'm going to get kettlebell elbow. Or I'll throw something out because there's a lot of movement in kettlebell. There's all this movement, from what I understand, from the couple of times that I did it. You understand? There's a risk involved. And if my trainer was listening, he would probably say, "Oh, no, Dave, don't worry about it. We'll take care of that." I go, I don't think you know me well enough. You don't know me well enough to say that. I'm not like everybody else. I tend to forget. I tend to go, "Oh, yeah, it's right. I was supposed to make this motion. Instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll do 1, 2, 4, 5. I'll skip 3 and I'll screw everything up." Dave, you have no confidence in yourself. Nope, not in that matter, I don't. In that matter, I go, no, I wish, I'll go, you know what? If I had just done what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, the way I wanted to do it, how I wanted to do it, all of that, then none of this would have happened. Let me just do the machines. Let me just put the pin in 185. Let me set the bench at 3. Let me set this other thing at 5, whatever it is, and let me just do, whatever it is, legs and arms on one day or whatever it is, and chest and back, whatever it is, on the other day. And I'm still going to go to this guy Jabari. I'm going to go to my personal trainer at Planet Fitness. I'm going to say, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing. Can you help me? Because I don't want to do kettlebells. Not now. Maybe later, but not right now. And when I did do Planet Fitness 7 years ago, and I lost all that weight, 65 pounds, and I did run half marathons and all that, and I did qualify for the New York City Marathon, although I didn't run it, I was doing the weights religiously. Because you know what? I knew. Pragmatically, I knew how to do it. Walk into Planet Fitness, get in the locker room, do the whole changing thing, whatever you got to do. And this is right after work, when I worked overnight at Conway Freight, which is now XPO. I knew what to do. Come back out, grab a clipboard, find your paper in the files, and have at it. And there was a thing of pens there. There was always a thing of pens. Just go to it. Use the machines. When you're done with the machines, you spray them, you wipe them down, you move on. And when I went to the Planet Fitness, I never went when it was crowded. So I never had to really wait in line for anything. And you know what? If somebody else was doing something, I'd just move on to the next thing. See how simple that is? But you know what? If you go to this Planet Fitness that I go to, and let's say 3, 4, 5 people all show up at the same time, and they all want to do kettlebells. You know what? There ain't enough kettlebells. But Dave, you can move on to another exercise. You know what? It's not the way it works for me with the kettlebell. It's too complicated. It's too many moving pieces. I'm too old for that. All right, you get that? We're done with that? Good, let's move on. Let's see if we can let's do some listeners' comments. The last show, I did 178. I talked about fire prevention. Some of you enjoyed that. I think I might have gotten a comment or two. I don't think I did about that, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed the last how many episodes I've done. They're just like this one where I just kind of yak away. Let's see. let's, I hope this isn't playing and stopping everything. No, it's not. Good. All right. So, only you, in capital letters, only you can prevent forest fires, but you are unreliable. So that was episode 178. And I'm trying to hit the button here. And in this episode, Dave is on fire, talking about fire prevention. Listen to his pragmatic take on how to prevent forest fires. He dumbs it down pretty good and talks about pragmatic methods. There's also talk about Smokey the Bear and many other cartoon characters. Yeah, I think I sort of recall doing that. That was fun, right? You guys like the cartoon stuff and all that. All right, so let's do with the listeners' comments. We'll start from the first one. They seem to be all Linda. All right, Linda was the only one that commented. I got a whole bunch of likes, but only 4 comments. Linda Irwin says, we are having a big snowstorm today. We are under a travel advisory, but we are going into town anyway later. There you go, Linda, taking some chances. Oh, yeah, I think I talked about storm watch, storm warning, storm alert, all that crap. Listen, you got to give it a number. I can't remember the words. How do you feel about that? I haven't seen anybody comment on that, but I don't like all that. Storm watch, storm warning, storm alert. I can't tell the difference. Do like DEF CON. DEF CON 1, DEF CON 2. Like, give me a DEF CON. Give me a number. All right? A color? Yellow, right? Green, yellow, red? I don't know. Whatever. I can go with colors, too. I'm good with colors. Doesn't matter. All right. Linda writes, desalination units. Desalination units for clean water. Oh, yeah, I was talking about how we got water on the boats in the Navy. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think they were called Evaporators. You know what? I belong to a group. I should have written it down. I should have asked a question in the group. I'll try to remember that, folks. I have a group, a Facebook group from the Navy, and those things that were called something very specific. I think they were called Evaporators. I think so, but it doesn't matter. But they did take out all the salt in the water, and we showered that water, and we drank that water. Yeah, we didn't have bottled water on the boats. No way. Nah, too much garbage. We wouldn't have had that. In 1969, they were concerned about a coming ice age. There you go. Linda wrote that. All right. Linda also wrote, last comment of the show, you might want to remind Hazel that too many drink breaks, if you are trying to drive in a snowstorm, might slow your progress in finding a place to pee. Yeah, well. Hazel, are you listening? All right. That was 178. Let's go to 177. Pragmatism could have saved lives. Pragmatism could have saved lives. In this episode of Dumbing It Down with Dave, Dave describes several situations in which pragmatism might save lives. Oh, this one Pauline took over and changed it a little bit. But yeah, we talked about that. And did she give a quote in here? I like that when she does the quotes. One of my quotes that she got was, I can't stop you from having emotions. Just because I'm pragmatic doesn't mean that you have to be pragmatic. Very good. All right, there you go. Anything else in here that was good? No, that was it. So let's go to the comments for 177. 7 comments. All right. I wrote, thank you for listening. Linda Irwin wrote, you're going for a drive for Thanksgiving. Well, we are going for a drive on Thanksgiving. Weather here is scary, too. All right. Wow, look at Linda. Taking chances. But, that's McCall, Idaho. Every time you leave the house, you're taking a risk of something. Linda Irwin wrote, human lives are worth a lot more than the money it would cost to assure safety. Oh, was this the episode where I talked about the mom and the daughters getting hit by the train? Yep, human lives are worth a lot more than the money it would cost to assure safety. Yeah, but why don't we know that? Why don't we react to that? How come it's not always, what's the problem? Oh, something's not working? Like at my job, there's these giant potholes where I drop trailers. All right, the landing gear, these two legs come down. I crank the landing gear down, and sometimes one leg will fall in a pothole and the other one doesn't. So then the trailer leans. The only consolation is that the trailer isn't loaded. But sometimes they're loaded with empty cases, but that doesn't weigh a lot. But when you walk away, when you drive away, you look back, you go, man, that trailer is leaning. And it's putting much more pressure on one leg than the other. And I've been pointing this out now for, 5 or 6 years. And every time we have a change of management, they go, oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, yeah, well, and we just had a company come in and pave the yard. Why wouldn't you have them pave this hole? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm thankful and grateful for the paving they have done recently. I just don't know why you wouldn't do it 100%. Why wouldn't you, whatever. You know what I mean. Why wouldn't you just do the job? Put barriers up at every railroad crossing. But Dave, that's expensive. It takes forever. Yeah, well, 50 years ago, you would have been done by now. If you started in 1969, you would have been done by now, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you think? How many crossings are there not covered by barriers? There's one a week, 52 weeks a year, okay? 52 weeks a year. Let's do 50 because people go on vacation. Let's do 50. 50 years. 10 times 50 is 500, right? 10 times 50 is 500. 5 times 500 is 2,500. Did I do that right? So if you do one a week for 50 weeks, that's 50 crossings a year. 10 years is 500 crossings. 50 years is 2,500 crossings. There would be 2,500 crossings that would have barriers now that don't. I don't even know how many don't have crossings, don't have barriers. So maybe that's not. Does that seem like a lot, 2,500? I don't know. Okay, let's move on. They know, but Amtrak knows, and Conrail knows, right? Tesla should make their windows out of the rock material. Yes, that was one of the funniest comments ever. You guys, Pat and Jeff, all you had great comments. Mark, everybody who was commenting, great comments. But that one made me laugh. Tesla should make their windows out of the rock material. That'd be great. You wouldn't be able to see through the window, but it's true. No, that's funny, Linda. You're right. Some sort of window that's made out of rock would be great. Sure. That sounds good. All right, let's move on. Great show. Patrick Mason writes, "Great show, Dave. The somber moments about the railroad accident makes you really think about your surroundings. One must always pay attention in this fast-paced world we live in." That's true, Patrick. Great job. Thank you very much. And Hal Aaron from Hal in Philly, who does the music at the top of the show, Going for a Drive. Hal Aaron, Tales of the Road Warriors podcast, and also It's Easy When You Know How, wrote, "Hey Dave, I added Tales of the Road Warriors to Spreaker, so you can find both shows on Spreaker now." There you go. So Tales of the Road Warrior, he used to tell me to tell people look for him on Stitcher, but now he's saying that it's on Spreaker, and also so is It's Easy When You Know How. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Then it's my comment at the end that Pauline wrote. So there you go. So that's 178 and 177. Let's see how we're doing on time. All right, 27 minutes. We're not going to do another show. All right. Did we? That was the show I wanted to do. So I can't play the thing that.
Dave, sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Go ahead.
This is Hazel.
Yes, it always is. I mean, when it comes to this. But go ahead.
I think you should take a drink break.
Okay, let's do that. We only have a minute left. I'll take a quick drink break. We haven't done a breather break in a long time.
Feeling better now.
I just opened up the bottle cap. But give me a second. Okay. Drink break done. All right, so that was good. We didn't do a trucking show. I did do the show I wanted to do. We did a couple listeners' comments from 178 and 177. That was good. I'll try to go back. Maybe I'll do a bonus show this week. I haven't done a bonus show in a couple of weeks. And don't forget to listen to me on Mile High Radio, milehigh.radio.com. That's on Mondays at 11 a.m., milehigh.radio.com. Thank you, Lynn and Bobby. And thanks to Linda for the Hazel and the Emma and all that, the AI voices. Linda Irwin from Awesome Insanity Surfers. And now she's doing a new thing, Pandemic Z or something like that. So I'm getting used to that. I think she's doing it on YouTube as well. I'm all confused. I'm a little tough, but I have been listening and I have been enjoying it. It's like the continuation of the story that she left off with. Anyway, I got to get going. Thanks to Hal and thanks to Alex Exum at the top of the show. ALEXEXUM. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. 180 next episode. Wow, that'll be a milestone. Can't wait. Thank you for listening to this episode of Dumbing It Down with Dave. Goodbye, good day, good night, good luck, good riddance, Godspeed, good rats, and great skills. Take care.